question of the week this week is: was the football dream always from young, and did your family push and support you through the journey from the get go, or was it more you? And did you have a mind of being a footballer, but you were good at it, so you just carried on?
Was the football dream from young? That's a good question.
Or was it the family pushing you?
I'd say it was one of them where I just used to play with my brothers in the garden. So you obviously know my brothers, Jonathan.
Yeah, yeah.
Me and Jonathan, when he was at my grandma's, because I used to be at my grandma's all the time, we were kicking ball in the garden constantly. I'm talking about from like 2 years, like 2 years old. We were like kicking ball night time, and if we weren't allowed at night because it got cold, we were kicking ball in the kitchen. You know the McDonald's soft toys. We were falling
Yeah.
in the kitchen, and grandma used to go mental, like mad, like you know, stop kicking ball in the yard, da 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 da. And then obviously my mum brought me to Tulsa Hill Juniors and Dulwich, and I got down there and I was good, but my team was like ridiculous. So it was like we had a lot of good players. Um, who can I say? Like we had Jordan Cousins, we had Dom Vos, we had Jake Rose, we had a guy called Shaq who was incredible. Like our team was just a joke. Like if I go for everyone, the team was very good. But I would say the dream of only coming a footballer, like really, I used to love football, but the dream of it only happening was when I walked through the gates of Hale End. My trial, I was like, okay, like this is mad, because my dad, I'll be real, my dad didn't watch me at all growing up because he was playing himself. He didn't
Yeah.
watch me. I think my mum only took me to take me out of the house,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then my mum was like, "Right, like you can actually play ball." Do you know what I mean? Like what's going on? And Jonathan was obviously kicking ball. Like you know Jonathan. You didn't know that Jonathan used to be. Jonathan was a joke, like incredible, like the best I've ever seen, like incredible. He just never got an opportunity. He had a chance to go Fulham, but at that time, unfortunately, we never. I wouldn't say like my parents were like was school based. You know what I mean? So
Of
like,
course, education
like
first.
everything was
Yeah.
education first, and like the football dream isn't da da da. And I genuinely believe if Jonathan got his chance, he would have what do you call it? Because even Anthony, I don't think Anthony got a chance until he went on to Football Icon, where everyone's
Okay.
like, okay, this could really happen. You know what I mean? So until I walked through the gate to Hale End, I was like, rah, like, this is mad. Like, I'm at a professional club, I'm at Arsenal. And all the clubs in London were like calling for me. This is at like 6, 7 years old, bro. I mean, when I'm walking in, and then obviously the boys are there, and that's when I was like, rah. I saw like Wince, Zach, Jeffrey, all them. I was like, rah, like, this is the real standard of football. And it was like, rah, okay, if I want to be as good as these, man, I need to work mad hard. And that's where the dream came from of really becoming professional. But obviously my parents' backing was huge. My brother's backing, like, it's mad because this is why I got to shout out Jonathan Anthony, because they saw their opportunities go, but they
Right.
were like, they weren't on no hating thing. Do you know what I mean? It was even like Jesse as well. Like none of them were on this hating thing. They were all like pushing me. Like it was like, all right, cool. Like go do your thing. Like whenever I needed training, or every single one of them, Jonathan, Anthony, Jesse, they all helped me and Regan like push on
Yeah.
and get better and stuff. And then obviously like my dad, like never, my mum and dad, the sacrifices they made going to training sessions and that, and it was mad because even still up to about probably until about 14, you realise, right, I could be a professional. I had the Arsenal kit on, but it wasn't like, all right, call me Arsenal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was until like 14 where I was like, we're getting closer, and then I'm hearing about the other training ground. Then I've gone up to the other training. I'm like, right, like I'm very close to being a professional. Like now, I really want to be a
Yeah.
professional. It's not all, when people be like, "Oh, have you always wanted professional footballer?" No, I haven't. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to play football, and I wanted to play, but it wasn't like okay, like. Do you know what I mean? It's just I just wanted to play football. I've always just
Yeah.
loved football. So that'd be
No,
me.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. My journey, would I say I always wanted to play professional football? You know, you know what? I fell in love with the game watching that Thierry Henry and Ronaldinho. You know, back in
Yeah,
the day when we used to be watching on La Liga on Sky, and you didn't
yeah.
know if
Didn't know
who
the
was winning the
score.
game.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't know who was winning the game because the team wouldn't come up. And I fell in love with like La Liga and Italian football growing up.
yeah.
So I always wanted to play football, and I always just wanted to replicate anything they did. Any boot that Thierry Henry got, I was
Any
like,
skill you saw on a
mum, dad.
weekend would do.
I was literally match of the day was on the weekend but I
Yeah.
had to watch it in the morning because we had the game on a Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
So I'd see something. So I saw Thierry Henry score from a corner one time. I went on the weekend
Yeah.
to try and score from a corner.
Yeah.
So I was probably just replicating my idols at the time. And then probably when I hit, I want
Quick
to say
question.
around,
Sorry to interrupt. Do you reckon you was able to do like more mad nonsense when you were younger than what you could do now? Or is it just me?
yeah, 100%.
Bro,
110%, bro.
I don't reckon I could do now when I was a kid, you know? I was
Bro,
doing some shit.
110%, bro. Why was I thinking I could score from a corner, but I'm going and doing it?
Brother, I remember one time, yeah, I'm not even joking. I remember, like, I used to, like, visually doing stuff, yeah? So, like, in games, I'd be praying the ball come a certain way so I can make the same save that would happen on matches of the day.
Yeah.
So there'd be balls I could easily cut out. I'm like, no, because this is the opportunity to make the save that I saw on the weekend. But I was like, if I was to do that now, I don't reckon I could do that. Do you know what I mean?
Nah,
Like,
but what do you think that comes, before I go back to my thing, what do you think that comes down to? Because
I think that this comes down to child, like, you know how people say, like, the innocence of a child? I think it's just that in the sporting term, bro.
yeah, because there's no fear to do anything
Wrong or anything. Yeah.
but it's so weird. Like you'd see something and you're like, I can do that.
Bro.
Like literally, I would see Thierry Henry do a mad thing, and the whole game I'm trying to do the mad thing he's done.
Exactly.
And I'm going to replicate it at one point.
At one point, you're going to replicate it.
I could lose the ball 8 times, but I'm going to replicate this, and everyone is going to celebrate, and I'm going to go and do his knee slide at that corner flag. Like I don't. That's the thing. I don't know if that must get coached out of us. Then that's the weird thing, though.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely still in us. Because I still see things. I'm like, I can do that. But on the weekend, I'm like, bro, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So yes, that's an interesting topic. We'll talk about that probably another day. But yeah, no, it probably hit me around the age of like 12 when I got offered the 4-year type of thing to get to 16s.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, cool. 12, got the 4-year thing to go to 16s, and they moved me school. So I was basically playing full-time football at that point. Do you get what I mean? I moved school. I'm training every day in the mornings, then going to school. I'm on a full-time schedule from then.
Yeah.
Then even in the off season, I'm going in with the under 16s. I'm going in with the pros or the scholars of the time and training with them. So that's when it probably hit me. And then coaches would always say, "Oh, only one of you guys is gonna make it." Yeah. And that's when I started to go, "Okay, cool. Let me cater my life towards this." And then obviously my parents being Olympians, I already knew kind of what it takes to I've been told what it takes to get to these lengths, and wet out training, doing a mad thing, going to the track, and all of this stuff helps, and that sort of stuff kind of put me in a position to understand what being a professional is. So I'd say around 12, that's when it hit me. Okay, I want to be a professional footballer. When I got to like 16, I said I'm going to be a professional footballer now.
Yeah.
And obviously, when you hit the ages when you turn pro, you're like, okay, I thought it was going to be more than what it was. Do you get what I mean? So, but parents back in 110%. That I wouldn't have got anywhere without them driving me around this country. I remember going to Norwich. I remember traveling to, we're traveling everywhere on Sunday mornings. I'm driving when I know I ain't played well. There's no McDonald's after the game. Yeah. Like I'm staring, looking at this fast food thing outside. I already I understood what it was, and they yeah, without the parents doing what they do, and without family members kind of sacrificing for you,
of course,
we wouldn't be where we are today. But